Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's just a few minutes after 11 a.m. Central Standard Time here on Friday, the 17th of May, 2024. Great to have you guys checking in here. Before we get going, please, folks, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. These things kind of help the algorithm so more people can find me. I would appreciate that. I haven't pushed it so much in the past, but, really, what can I say? The track record is what it is, guys. We've been doing so much publicly, just trying to share this all out there with y'all. So good to have you guys here. I don't know why Fibbo's typing on there and it's coming up with my my name on there. I don't know, but yeah. So Fibbo in the audience there. I have a special guest today. They just last minute were able to show up. So you guys will get that here in just a minute. Let me see here. What's going on, Bamboo? I see you there. Name Mr. Wilkes asked if they're hacked. No, not hacked. I think it's just the software here. Kind of silly. Troy, what's going on, man? Yeah, the weather here in Houston was kind of crazy. Last night, I don't know if you guys caught it. We had tornado warnings, and I've never heard of a destructive storm warning before. And I live in Texas, but apparently there was one. If winds are over 80 miles an hour, they issue that. But yeah, man, that weather was crazy. At least four people are dead. Unfortunately, there was something like almost 1 million people without power. I mean, this stuff was so bad that the windows in the buildings downtown were blown out. So absolutely crazy weather. And, this is just after we had those record, well, not record, I don't even know if it's record, but those floods we had here, the previous week, and now we got more rain coming today. So hopefully we don't have any more bad stuff happen to people there, already in the path there. So yeah, 80-mile-per-hour winds. It was crazy. They were looking right as it came into Cyprus, there was like 100-mile-per-hour gust coming in. So yeah, it was pretty nasty. It was pretty nasty. Luckily, fortunately for me, I'm just north of all that. So thankfully we just had some lesser winds and a lot of rain, but feeling, pretty lucky for that, but feel bad for everybody was kind of in the way of that last night. So anyway, let's get on with this today. So, again, sentiment flipping, guys. What was it? Just a few days ago, everybody, oh my God, Bitcoin's dead again. Bitcoin dies every week, it seems like, right? I've been steadfast in what I felt was going on, what I told you was going on. I've explained it every week on here, on every show I've been on. And, the idea is that we're just doing reaccumulation here. We had a spring at the swing low at around 56,000. We had a pullback just recently, and we're rallying off that pullback. And we're impulsive breakout above the daily pivot, descending resistance locally there. So hopefully you guys didn't get freaked out or scared out by the other people on there. They say, oh my God, it's got to go down. It's got to go down. One thing I've noticed, guys, and I really want y'all to be careful out there, no matter what it is, it's not just trading. It seems like all of a sudden everybody's an expert, right? And I've seen a few of these coaching courses where they're like, oh, you don't even have to know what you're doing. You can just go to Chat GPT and they'll build the course for you and whatever. And so people are actually out there doing this stuff and selling stuff that they really don't have much of a clue on. So this is really bumped up since the pandemic. You guys just need to be careful out there. All right. We've been in business since 2017. So well before the pandemic. I've been doing this now. It'll be 30 years this year that I've been trading. So, again, with us over the TWC Trading Academy, you get a ton of experience. And of course, Fibble's there with us, and he's got another 20 years of experience as well. So between the both of us, got a half a century of experience. That's nowhere near as much as Peter Brandt, but he likes to talk about how old he is. So yeah, guys, we're going to do some chart requests today. We'll talk about some other charts. I did have something interesting. So I had a member send me a quick DM this morning, was asking about the Hong Kong ETFs. How can they be negative, right? Because they are. If we look at, let me see if I can pull it up here for you guys real quick. Let me see here. We'll look at Farside there. They've got the juice, the info. And we'll look at the Hong Kong ETFs on that. Let me pull that up here for you guys. All right. So let me jump down here, I guess. So yeah, so if we look down here, I don't know if you can see this, but you'll see that the total flows is negative 29.9, right? And they were asking about that. And so what it is notice up here, see where it says seed 292.7? So in the US, when ETFs launch, they put the seed in on the first day. And so, you know, the launches usually look pretty good, right? They put their seed amount, their seed capital in there that first day. Hong Kong does it differently. They put their seed capital in prior. So, you know, this is from prior. So, but this is what they had to begin with, 292.7, and they got up whatever. So at this point now, it's 29.9 from 292.7 is where we should be, because as you can see here, we've got more outflows in those Hong Kong ETFs than we do inflows. And, you know, that's kind of to be expected, guys, because look where they came in. They started May 2nd, right? And when we look at the charts, we've been in this, you know, almost a 2 month or about a 2 month range there, right? It was going down. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's going to go down. And so I think we'll see the Hong Kong ETFs. I believe we should see them picking up once again. But in case you were wondering how the hell did they have a negative flow there, it's because they do have their seed capital over here that they do. Again, the US does it on the first day of the ETF. Hong Kong does it prior to the ETF launch. So the US, they put on the first day, and it looks, you know, make sure ETFs look really good on the first day. But with Hong Kong, kind of SOL, right? So that's kind of where we're at that with that, guys. Okay. So just in case you're wondering, real quick here before we get going as well, I don't know if you guys have been following me, but man, oh man. So I taught this strategy, this trading strategy to our group coaching folks about a week ago. And I've been posting charts here when I get a chance, right? Different charts with different, showing this working, right? Now, I don't tell you how to do it, obviously, and it has nothing to do with price action. But, you know, we've got right here, this is a gold play on the 15-minute right here. And so as you can see here, what does it say here? So this is the one. I didn't get to do this one because I was asleep. It was 4:45 a.m. this morning, my time. But if you were awake somewhere else and you would have had your entry at that time at 23.8850, stop loss just below the swing low right over here. And then you had a take profit. I always did the take profit just right here toward the top of the local range area here, the top of the local area. That was a 3.65 R, guys. So if you risked 1% of your portfolio right there, you would have made 3.65%. And it was at 8 a.m. this morning. So basically in about three and a quarter hours. Now I did have this one. This was Bitcoin last night. Again, this is another 15-minute time frame. We do these on all time frames. 1 minute. You can do it on the 1 minute if you wanted to. Up to the daily, weekly, whatever you want to do. It worked across all of them. But again, this is a 15-minute here. So the entry was last night at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is the Coinbase chart. It's 65,250 and 22 cents. Stop loss, again, local swing low right there at, was at 65,097 and 63 cents. Take profit, again, same area. You guys will see this consistently when I'm showing you here. But right there toward the top of that range, 66,490 and 15 cents. Gave us 8.59 R. Again, that's almost 9 R return. So again, if you risk 1% of your portfolio, would have made 9%. If your portfolio is 10 grand, you would have risked $100. You would have made $900 overnight because that would have then gotten you out this morning. I don't even remember where that was. Wherever this is right here. Looks like early this morning, like 3 a.m. or so. So the system keeps hitting over and over again. Here it is on the Euro USD. It works any time frame, any. Oh man, I didn't even put the Euro USD chart in there. Are you kidding me? Well, anyway, works any time frame, any market, guys. This one gave us 2.27 R. Again, right here, it was long as this was a short right here, and this one got you a 2.7 R. And it got you actually pretty close to the swing high there. But initial target, as you can see right there, does it. Again, more Bitcoin chart, more Bitcoin ones here because, you know, everybody's talking about Bitcoin. But anyway, so we taught that to our group coaching students. Honestly, guys, this thing has been so crazy. I'm honestly not sure how long I'm going to keep it up there. If you're in group coaching right now, or if you're about to join or whatever, you're going to get access to that. But seriously, I think I may limit access to it in the future, probably like in the next week or so, just because it's been so ridiculously effective. But anyway, so if you want to join our group coaching, guys, we got 3 months, we got 6 months, we got 12 months below the chart, below the YouTube video here with the links, and you can jump on there. We'd love to have you there. So anyway, you guys ready for the special guest? You want to see here? Oh, Sats McGee. Wait, before we do, Sats McGee here. Sats has been using this, man. So Sats is on our group coaching, been with us. He's been using this thing like religiously since I taught it. He says, I had 3 wins on gold today using the strategy on the 1 minute time frame. He says it's legit. I think Sats was saying he's running like a 75 or 80% strike rate right now. So you're getting a huge win rate, plus your average winners are going to be well above your average losses when you use the risk management that I teach. You guys, it's absolutely a no-brainer. Again, value versus price idea. So holy crud. I love seeing that, Sats. Sats is going to be my my guy out there going, yeah, my cheerleader for this one. So but man, oh man. Anyway, so now time for our special guest. And I don't have any special music. I don't have any drums. Well, actually, I do over there, but we'll do here, right? Frank also in our group there says it's been really helpful on it. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. Look, it's Fibbo. Look, it's Fibbo. Honestly, I did not expect him to be here today, guys. He
special guest. I like
an hour ago, right? He's like, I may be able to show up, man. I've got meetings, but maybe I can show up. Can I jump on if I can? I said, man, hell yeah. So I know you guys love Fibbo, so he's going to be here with me today, looking at chart requests with you guys. By the way, he won't be here next Friday though. Okay, it's usually every other week. He's got stuff to do. So as we do, we always do it when he's got time to be on here with us.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad. Man? Yeah, that's why I'm glad I can make it in today instead of because I have to miss next Friday. So no, I'm everything's going pretty well. Just rock and rolling these markets.
I sound a bit more excitable than he does. He sounds very subdued. Dude's been raking in money this morning. He's like, it's just another day.
Yeah, No, actually, it was. I got my gold trade to hit the take profit level, so that was a nice leverage trade. I could just hang it up for the weekend and go touch grass.
See, that's the best thing. See, this is the best thing, guys. When you learn to trade correctly, you don't have to be in the market all day, every day. And you can hit one trade in that week and you can be done for the week. Right.
Yep.
But it's not about, and Fibbo's I know he's going to agree with me on this. It's not about hitting it out of the park, guys. It's just about consistently throughout the year, locking in profits. You let time and compounding do the rest. Is that about right?
I agree.
See, there we go. He agrees.
No, that makes complete sense. And yes, I agree.
Sarang would like to know I always feel bad. I love this guy, but I always feel bad like I'm going to screw up his name here. But he was asking, can you tell us what symbols you traded over the last 2 weeks?
Last 2 weeks, BTC, gold, SPY, and a couple stocks.
What stocks, man? Come on, tell us.
I'm
going to push him.
They're energy related. I don't really.
Okay.
I don't want to mess with them,
guys. Just real quick, in case Fibbo's day job. He does what he does with us, but his day job is actually working for an energy company, trading over there, and so he can't really speak about energy related stocks and trades and whatnot. So that's why he said that there. Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I just want to keep it as wide as possible, so there's no gray area. I just kind of keep all energy related stuff away.
Yeah. There you go. I'll talk about energy all day long though, guys.
Yeah. No, and you have some good stuff on for sure.
Yeah, we've been doing good with nat gas and WTI.
But the last 2 weeks, those are the only trades that I've had go through, or at least hit hit targets and those kind of things.
Otherwise, still kind of sitting in.
I still got some things hanging out there, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, real quick before we do it, do you want to jump in there with your Bitcoin and let these guys know what you're looking at for Bitcoin right now?
Yeah, I can show the short
term continues to push up there, but he's getting excited.
Yeah. No, I can show the. I'll show the short term. The hourly. This. I don't trade the hour, but there are guys in my group that do. This one actually went into the bull zone pretty nicely here. It actually came down to the support point of where it broke into the bull zone to begin with, and just touched the bottom of the bull zone. So if you did buy in here, you're kind of sweating it a little bit. But it held support, held the bull zone, and then rallied from there. The buy from here would have sold roughly at the top of this range right here at about 65.2. So you would have had that trade. Let me pull this down. You'll see. I mean, the market actually went a little bit past this, but you would have got out there and took profit at that point. It went up here, kind of consolidated a little bit, and then we came back down here and hit the shallow fib at 64.646. So you would have been back long again, and then it just hit the target to the upside again this morning at 67.3. So you'd have another trade there on the hourly. So everything, we're stair stepping pretty nicely. Get in, take your profit, hit the shallow fib, hit the profit. Now I'm just going to hold out for a move down to the shallow fib at 65.1 and get back long. And then I won't, but the group will. And the shallow fib will be down there. And then the next target would be 71.3. The only other thing you could do is if it doesn't go back down to the shallow fib, if we get 3 hourly settles above 67.305, you can reestablish your long. And this is all based on your exposure and how much you have and all that.
Yeah.
But that would be the next signal to go long if this wants to continue going higher. So everything looking good on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, we've actually had a trade on this one too. We got into the bull zone here. Had 3 settles above the previous shallow fib here. So when this clicked in, you bought immediately. And again, you had all these candles go down, sweating it again. But this one actually stayed in the bull zone also. Went up, hit the target up here. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was in this range between 65.5 and 66.1. So you had that profit. And the same kind of thing, the market went up to this point, came back down, and then you've reestablished along at the 30 I had it at 65.1. I rounded up. So now I'm long again at 65.1, working our way up to the next target, which is the 200% at 68.6. So once you get 3 settles above the 66.180, which we should, I think we did already. Nope, we'll have to wait. But all it does is what I'm saying is it raises the probability of going to the 200%. But everything's looking good momentum wise. ADX increasing on a 4 hour over 4 hour basis, kind of working up to that next target. So that's all working pretty good there. Another thing I like to watch for is this trend line break. We had the breakout here and then a little throwback to the line, which this is the kind of scenario you like to see after a trend line like that, to where the minimum target for the trend line break is at 75.4. So what I like about this is the setup on the 4 hour is helping say, hey, maybe this is the leg that's going to take us to new highs. So not to say that it'll happen, but the setup's looking good to where we can start getting new all-time highs. And that leads into the daily, which excuse me, the daily right now went into the bull zone. However, we still haven't had 3 consecutive settles above it. We're on the 3rd day. Most likely the chances of us getting all the way back down to 62.1 by the end of today would be really, really shitty if that happened. But I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, I can move the fibs up a little bit. That's one thing I enjoy doing, moving that fibs up. So once that triggers on the close today, that would be a signal to buy with the next target at 71.2. And then we would work the system just like we normally would, stepping it up and taking profit at the levels, that kind of thing. So I'm liking that the hourly, the 4 hour, the daily's getting ready to go bullish. The weekly hit some nice support and bounced off that low. Everything's looking good with the bullish structure. So I'm happy with that. And that's what I'm looking at on BTC.
Yeah, man, I agree. Bitcoin, let me see if I can pull up my chart here as well real quick, and then we'll jump into some chart requests here and see what we can do. Yeah, so let me kind of, why is it not pulling up? Let me try it again here, guys. All right, there we go. There we go. All right. So, again, guys, I've been talking about this, as far as, God, for, 2 months now. The fact that we watched this develop and the volume and price action appeared to be reaccumulation here. We got the spring, we got the rally up, we got the pullback here, the retest, So you have this low down here with that volume. What's that volume on this? Volume's 39.85K, and then you get the pullback here at 17.455. So you're getting a higher low on significantly less volume. That's what you're looking for. If you weren't long here, you should have been going long in this area here. As I told you, we were looking for the breakout above the descending resistance here and the daily pivot. Usually when you get that diagonal and horizontal resistance, same place, and you break out impulsively through it, which means spike volume, large candle spread, that's usually a very bullish thing. When you're breaking up rather than breaking down, there would be a very bearish thing. But that's what we were looking for. The next thing was this breakout above 65,541 and 11 cents. And this is all on this Bitcoin all-time index chart here. But whatever chart you're using, whatever exchange you're looking at, it's this swing high. And so we got that. Just breaking out through the pivot there suggests that we're done. If you're looking at pivots, like if we take everything else off, this move, rejection of the pivot, and then break out through it, says this bottom's likely in. The pullback and retest of this resistance is support, adds confidence to that. Here we go, breaking out above this level. And now we had this high here at 67,467 and 93 cents. And this one's 67,510 and 75 cents. So we've broken above this swing high. Again, the importance of that is that off the all-time high here, this is bearish market structure. We got a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high. And now we've got a lower low locked in as we now print a higher high because it's higher than the previous high. So, generally speaking, this is broken, this bearish market structure. But now what we want to see is a pullback and then a breakout above. If this rallies up higher and then pulls back, or if it just pulls back now and then goes up. Either way, we want to see a pullback and a breakout above the breakout to confirm that that bullish market structure coming off the swing low. Low, high, higher low, higher high. So we're looking good there.
I got everything the same here thing too.
What I was talking about. Do what?
No, I was just saying on mine, on the daily, now that I'll get that third settle above that previous shallow fib, which kind of works in the same kind of scenario that you're looking at. That also solidifies the low when that clicks on the close today. So a little bit different way of looking at it, but it's pretty similar to where it gives you that signal to say, hey, that lower low is should be it for this next up. So I like that.
Yeah, see that, guys, different systems and still different ways of looking at it. Again, I've given you multiple ways here to look at this and kind of say, okay, that low is probably in. Pitbull's got his thing. They're saying, hey, listen, yeah, the low is probably in. I hope none of you guys got shaken out down here. I've been very consistent about my message, since we made the all-time high, and especially since we, created this range here about the likelihood of what was going to happen. So we're still doing good out there. But, I know Bibbo knows that these influencers, a lot of the really big ones out there, can get pretty loud. If you hear somebody getting loud out there, guys, neither one of us mind if you ask us and say, hey, listen, they're saying this. What do you think? because even if you're not, at TWC, at the Trading Academy there, we'll still say what we think about it. We'll let y'all know. We don't want you guys losing money if you don't have to. Okay. So right now, basically speaking, if I'm trading these pivots here, yeah, generally speaking, I would look for a rally up toward this R1 pivot area. As you can see, it's this previous resistance. And then a pullback down toward the pivot here. This kind of area toward the pivot. It doesn't actually have to get to the pivot, but you can see that you got this wick up here. You got this wick down here. It's a low volume node, right? And this whole thing really is a low volume node here. But we look for a pullback into that and then a move higher. But yeah, so I mean, generally speaking, this would look like. I've got this as a 1-2 right here. So minimally, wave 3 is 76,662 on this chart. So depending on what chart you're looking at, could be 75,000 something, 76,000 something. Because again, this is the Bitcoin all-time index chart. It's not actually one of the exchange charts. But that would give us minimally that. However, remember, guys, we've got like whatever it was here, 10 billion or whatever in shorts in this area. If we hit that again, I'm going to keep reminding you there's the potential for a really, really big kind of short squeeze. And if you get that, my thought is this wave 3, minimally 81,145, our secondary target, but probably closer up here to around 86 to 88,000, more likely than not, if we're going to get that squeeze right there. So right now, generally speaking, we'd expect a target of 76,662. But I do believe that we'll probably end up, $10,000 higher than that for that wave 3, just overextending on that due to the shorts that are there. Okay. Genghis, what's up? Just still in it to win it. Love it. Digital Mining Solutions. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Andrew was asking, could that be a downward channel from the high there instead of a flat? With the lower lows a throw under? I mean, I wouldn't. You mean like this right here? Right there. I mean, yeah, you could probably do that. You got to you get your support to resistance to support with the throw under, rally back up, pull back, push out. Here, listen, guys. Here's the thing. See, this is why you're here, because you're about to get some free education here. Okay, when you have a channel like this, right, and you're looking to break out of it, whether you get a throw under or not, or you just kind of hit the bottom here. If you're going to break out of it, most often what happens is from the last low, you're going to rally up to the resistance and you're going to pull back around halfway, usually around the EQ. And then you're going to bust out hard and strong. You usually don't go straight up and out. Occasionally you do. But most of the time, you're going to get a rally up to the resistance, pull back about halfway, which is usually around the EQ there. And then you're going to break out hard. So if you guys are using channels, properly and whatnot, that's definitely something that you should watch there. All right, guys.
And the retracement off of that leg should be around the 61.8% level too.
The what now?
When you had the lower low.
Your chart, you can show us.
Yeah. When I was just looking, when you go this leg that you were just talking about, coming off that lower low, and you work your way up, it came down to the 61.8% level before it headed higher. And then you also said it was based on lower volume. So as the lower volume hits that 61.8% level, that's the signal that it should continue higher. So just I got to bring fibs into it, dude. I mean, seriously. No, but that's
all right. Let's kind of jump on here, guys. Let me jump up to the beginning here. Let's see what people were asking for. If there's anything here, chart request yet. Let me see. I love seeing you guys show up. What's up, Ash? I see you there. New type trader, of course, speaking earlier. Let me see. Murray, what's up, man? Brian Riley says, Pepe, please. I know how much Fibbo loves meme coins. So because he does, I don't assume he actually has Pepe on there. Do you, man?
I could look. You go ahead and do yours, and I'll see if I have one.
Yeah, let me see what I've got here. I think I posted this recently.
If I haven't done it in a while.
On here. Or I looked at it on Scott's show, I think is what I did. Yeah. So, okay. What were we looking at? We're looking at potentially for like this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, we're not getting that there.
Here, flip it over to your screen because I got to clean mine up.
Oh, yeah. Okay. My bad. Yeah. Let me put it back over there. There you go, guys. Hey, I'm new to this. Only been doing it for 6 years.
I mean, they can watch me work if they want, but I'm going to have to move.
Yeah. So again, I was looking at this coming off here is potentially 5 up here at the R1 pivot. But as you see, all we did was pull back to that previous resistance here as support, guys. Always look left. So if I'm looking at that, what I'll say is let's do this right here. Based on the height of wave 4 here, we've got a minimum expected wave 5 target of let's see if I can get this here. There we go. I'm not going to say all them zeros, guys, but 203395. So that's, that's our initial target. We just do it based on the height of wave 4. Okay. 203395. And then, okay, let's zoom in here a little bit. What do we got? Actually, let me just throw an EWO indicator on here real quick. Yeah, this looks like this is still wave 3 in progress. So we're actually got this like a 1, 2 here. And let me get this measured out. So 1618 right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. We'll get this as a 3 here. And a 4. Then we got 1, 2. We might have one more push higher here for wave 5, which would get us up here at around, what is that? 130526. 130526. So that would be, because again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we've got 5 still coming up here. And because it hasn't reached this minimum, that this generally expected target off the height of wave 4 here, I'm going to assume for right now that this is just going to be wave 1 of 5, which will give us a nice overextension for wave 5 here. So we'll look for it to get there, and we'll look for a reversal around that area. And let me see here. And so, yeah, that'll pull us back right around where wave 4 is. That's usually what we expect for wave 2. It also keeps us above the pivots here. And so if we do get that reversal, just so you guys have a little something on here, it potentially give us 5 waves up at around, oh, I like this. We're getting close. Okay. 78, 79, 49. 78, 79, 49. Okay. And then, yeah, so you get like a wave 3 up there at 49, 74, 69. Wave 4 pullback. And then wave 5 up here. Why was I kind of happy about that wave 5 there? Because that gets us pretty close to the larger degree wave 3 here, which is minimal expected target of 1325818. So I think we may see wave 3. If we can get this 1 here and the 2 on that pullback, I think wave 3 will overextend a bit higher, maybe hit this wave 5 target, and then that'll take this wave 5 of 5 up here around that wave 3 target. But locally right now, we're looking for a breakout toward 130293. I'm sorry, 130526. And then we'll see if we can get that wave 2 pullback and then up from there. You got something on there, man?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Fibble's on vacation in his head right now, guys.
No, I got it in a bull zone at the moment, with a target up here at 1777. Does that make sense? Because what I'm looking for is we went into the bull zone here. You could actually have a near-term trade inside this range in the 127 to 141 based off the previous fibs. But the target right now would be that 1777. And when you look at the trend-based extension off the previous one, the rate, the 127 to 141 fits that 200% pretty nicely on the extensions there. I know it's a mess on the chart, but that's what I'm looking at on that bull zone with a little bit of movement up to that 200% at 1777. Does that make sense? Where's the 17? Where's 17? I'm doing this on the daily. The 1777. Where was that in accordance to what you were looking at?
Well, I was looking here locally at 13.0526, but again, you know, I'm looking for some overextension somewhere along the way here. So I was saying the larger degree wave 3, but it could even be on this wave 5 pushing up. So I would tell them that, listen, if it's pushing up through 13.0526 there, guys, look up toward that 1777 area as a secondary target, because we could see some overextension happening here. Because again, we're looking for the larger degree wave 5 to hit that larger degree wave parentheses 3, which is up there overall at 132, 13.258.18.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see it overextending for that.
Yeah. So basically, like I said, you could take an earlier trade, and I think that's what you're talking about. The trend-based extension puts us at 1371. Which is basically, you know, one above the 141 here. So 1370, would that be that level if you wanted to capture it a little earlier? And if it went up to that point, you know, if I move the fibs up to that level, the shallow fib would be at 1154. So if it dropped back down to 1154, then the next target would be 1777. If you wanted to use that stair-stepping technique, I was just looking at it from a little bit more of a kind of a hold and wait for that 200%. But I think our levels are looking pretty good together there.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, you know, when we get over extensions, you know, this all still part of that wave, you know, heading up. So I could definitely see some bit of overextension coming on that. And, you know, again, that's the thing, guys. When you're using Elliott wave, it gives you your initial targets, and then it gives you areas to start looking at in case it does, you know, push through that area. Because when you're doing Elliott wave, you have rules and you have guidelines, and rules can't be violated, right? So again, like if you want to say, if you think you're in wave 2, it can't break down below where wave 1 started, right? So that's a rule. Wave 3 can't be the longest of waves 1, 3, and 5. It can be the middle, or it can be the largest, but it can't be the smallest, right? But then your guidelines are like, you know, well, wave 2 may pull back 50%, 61.8, 70.5, or 78.6. You know, wave 3 is going to be usually at least 1.618 extension of wave 1 from where wave 2 completes. So, you know, again, they're not exact targets. So if you're trying to use Elliott wave, I know a lot of people want to look at the exact stuff, but the way I teach our group coaching students is that if you're going to use it, think of it like your GPS on your vehicle, right? And so your GPS gives you, you know, your path to get where you're going. But if all of a sudden, if there's some sort of what do you call it, road work or whatever going on, right? Or there's some kind of traffic accident or something, it's going to give you an alternate path, right? And that's what you're doing with Elliott wave. So you've got your initial target, your wave 3 target off your wave 2, but along the way, the waves may be making an overextension for wave 3, right? Where it starts reaching the 200% or the 2618. And so that's just a little bit of a diversion or a, you know, an alternate route. And you just adjust as you're going. So if you want to use Elliott wave, the best thing I can tell you guys is not to use it as some definitive, oh my gosh, it has to hit this number, but rather just look at it as, here's my guide along the way. Here's where we're likely to get to. And we're going to have to update that guide as we're going down the road. So Let me jump on here with, I see there's FTM request there. So this has been my FTM chart for a while. We had this great accumulation range here. We got the big volume, the big candlesticks here breaking out. So this is your jump across the creek. You've got your back up to the edge of the creek here. This is the daily, of course. For me, I'm looking at this as a 1-2 here, and we're looking for wave 3 up here. So one of two things is happening at this point. Either we're doing a leading diagonal here. What's that pullback? Almost 61.8. So either this can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as the leading diagonal, or it's 1, 2, 1, 2. So we'll go with the leading diagonal, since if it is the larger 1, 2, 1, 2, it's going to go further. So we'll take the closest target. Okay, guys? And so as you can see here, we've got an ABC down right here. ABC. And so this means to add confidence to this count, we need to break out above wave B up here, which is sitting at, let's see if I can zoom in here a bit and get you a target or a level there. 1.0473. Oops. 1.0473. So we break out through that. All we got to do is wick above it. That will add confidence to the count and tell us that the next move up, in this case, potentially wave 5 is in progress. And that'll give us an expected target based on the height here of wave 4. Right up here around 2.0172. Now, again, it could be a 1, 2, 1, 2. And in that case, I'll just mark this on here for you guys real quick. That would give us then. So this would be like 1, 2, and then this would be 1, 2, 3 up here. $5.20 basically. And so then that would give this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here at $8.84. And so if we get that, then that'll say, okay, well, this is 1, 2, and we got an overextended wave 3 up here, and that'll put wave 3 up there. Okay. So initially you want to look right here at around $2. But if we continue pushing on through that, we'll look at this being 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that gives us a 1, 2, 3 up here, $8.84. And that's what I'm looking at, guys. Look, it's been an accumulation. It was in this accumulation all through here, guys. How long was this? The jump across the creek happened about 467 days in. So that jump across the creek, this large candle spread, large volume breakout above supply here, above the creek, that signals that accumulation is complete. So again, 400 plus days of accumulation. We're going to get some movement upward, guys. Don't listen to anybody else out there talking about, oh, FTM this or oh, it's such a crap this or whatever. Stop listening to the nonsense, guys. Read the charts, okay? Did you have something there on that one, Fibbo, or not?
I got a 4-hour that I just updated real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit more near term. We went into the bull zone here and would have been long at this point, and actually it hit the 200% target, so you'd actually be out. And then hopefully reestablishing at the shallow fib, which would be at 0.7840 would be where the shallow fib is. So you would have bought in at probably 0.75 roughly in there, and then 0.8442 would have been in the sell. And then if you buy the shallow fib, the next one will be, now that this 200 hit, you have to go back this way, and I got it set basically at this low right here, because right now this was inside this large candle, so there wasn't really anywhere to put it. But as you can see back here, is a pretty significant level to match where we're at here. Yeah. So looking at that next extension to the upside, it gives us 0.9292 to 9716, and that midpoint, or that little sub high you had right there, could be a spot inside that range. to take the next profit, which would be 0.9460. And then if it wants to break above that and get into the new highs, $1.14 would be your next spot. So right now, bull zone moved up, took profit. Now we're looking to buy on a dip and go up to the next target.
Go long.
That's where I'm at on that. So a little bit, not the best thing in the world, but it's I like the momentum that's still in it. So if it does come back to the shallow fib, I'd be comfortable getting long on that going forward. Okay,
great. I see New Type Trader was asking, can we talk about the Dow Jones and where Fibbo might see it in 3 to 6 months? Can you do something like that?
Not off on not
just off the cuff here. Okay.
No, I could do something like that, but it would take some time.
Okay.
But I go ahead and talk about something else. I'll look to see if I have any good weekly looking Dow stuff if I can answer that somehow.
All right, give me just a minute here, guys. Let me see here. It looks like we've got a request for link here. So I'm going to do that in just 1 minute. Let me just pull this up. Oh, let's see. Gotta pull it up there. Link, and then we'll do super, guys, okay? There we go. All right. So those of you who have been following me for about a year, for just over a year now, you know, I was talking about this likely being accumulation here. What we had going on. And, you know, as we came in over here, I was talking about the likelihood that we would get a dip down below for spring, and then you should be buying in that $4 to $5 area, the $5 area. And so here we are. We did get that. We had a bit of a test there. Boom, popped up. Last point of support, pulled up. Last point of support, and then boom, as you jump across the creek. Again, large candle. You know, we had the volume following up through it. And so then we have this. We pulled sideways into the pivot, rallied up the R1, pulled back to the pivot. This is 3 waves, guys. So if, you know, just generally speaking, if we're breaking out above the second wave here at 27.35, I mean, I think we're going up as it is, guys. But the proper way to look at that 3-wave pullback is a breakout above the second wave, okay? So if we break out above, that's going to confirm that is heading up there. And minimally, you can look for a target of $34 and basically 15 cents. Excuse me. Tell you what, guys, I talk so much here and forget to breathe and get the hiccups. But anyway, minimally, we're looking at that right there. Let's see, what is this pullback here? I can go maybe 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This I think this is a wave too, guys. So for me, I'll look at it like that. So minimally, just price action target would be $34.15. But I do believe that looks like a wave 1 and a pullback here to a wave 2. A little bit of a short pullback. Just be on the 38.2 on that. But it is finding support at the pivot. So if we can get that breakout above $20.73.5. Man, oh man. Well, that gives us 3 waves up at 144, about $144. Whoops. And 5 waves up around 258. So, yeah, if we look at this right here, we're just getting a target based on this pullback here. That's pretty close to that target, 226. So if I'm looking at this, I think we're headed up toward 258. That's a hell of a return, right? We're at 16 right now. I can't see the because I'm rolled up in the chat. I'm sure people are going, whatever, man, you're so stupid. But we'll work at it as we move up, okay, guys? Like I said, locally, $34.15. That's basically just over 100% rally from here. We do have a good bullish engulfing candle there. We're getting volume on it on this breakout. So we want to break out above 20.735. Again, this is the weekly, and it held here. We pulled up. It held again, giving us basically a, by the way, price action wise, this little dip down here below this swing low is called a swing failure pattern. So right here. Oops, that didn't work. Let me see here. Make that thicker there. There we go. I got to pull that up to the front, I guess. Oh, Lord have mercy. So yeah, so we had the swing low over here on January 15th, and then we had this, or the week of January 15th, and then this wick down below it on April 8th, the week of April 8th. Swing failure pattern, bullish swing failure pattern. We rallied up, we pulled back. Notice the volume here, big volume on the drop there. Couldn't barely go anywhere, got caught, pulled right back up. So it's just springing below the low range here. But that gives you, that had volume of what on that? Let me see. See, guys, this is something you get when I do chart requests here. You get education on it as well, right? And you got to pay for this. I appreciate you liking the content and, sharing the link and subscribing to the channel or following me wherever you're following because we simulcast. Leaving a comment. If you guys could do those things, I'd really appreciate it. Again, that just helps the algorithm get up there. And, it doesn't cost you anything to do it, right? But 2 seconds of your time. But this is what you're getting. So you're getting this education here, right? So again, bullish swing failure pattern. It comes down here with the volume. You can see it right up here. 15.195 million. And then we rallied up and pulled back. And on that pullback, we got a higher low at only 7.7 million. So you went from almost 15.2 to 7.7, basically half the volume, higher low, as we talked about the same thing on Bitcoin there. And now we're getting this nice push up here. Already almost 9.6 million on this weekly candle with a couple of days still left here, pushing up higher through this fair value gap. So it looks good, guys. It looks like the low is in here. It looks like we're going to break out higher. But again, we need the breakout through 20.735 to confirm that the bottom is likely done here and heading up. So, and then, again, work off the local target. We'll see how it continues to play out here. Keep coming back, keep following me. I'll keep talking about Link, guys. Link and Sol are two of the ones, I gave you. Again, I gave you this one down here, and I gave you Sol at $9 and some change, which was literally the low. And so I've been updating those, as you guys know, over the last year plus. So keep coming back if you're trading Link and Sol, and I'll give you these bigger targets as it continues to work out, okay? Do you have something over there, man?
Well, I don't have anything on the Dow. I looked. I didn't have anything. But I do have Link here on the daily. Actually, what I'm looking at here, it's not in the bull zone yet. It's still got 7 hours until this one clicks. So you're looking at this possibly going into the bull zone on close. But then again, you're going to need 3 settles above what this shallow fib is at 1438. We've had one close. This close would be the second. So we'd actually have to wait another day, which is fine because it'll also be the third settle above this trend line. So that way it's a little bit more conservative to say that it's broken and it's heading higher. So we got a little bit of weight on that. But when you take the trend line break, the furthest distance from the underneath here, this rate of change puts it pretty close to the 200%. So if this actually breaks to the upside here and we get the bull zone, then you would get that buy on that third settle, and then your target. You could either, if you wanted to get out a little earlier, you get out the high right here, which is inside this 127 to 141 range, which is at 2001 to 2091. Because what would happen is if it hits the bull zone, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that. What happened is I'd move this over, and then this becomes the previous stuff. So this is where the targets would be going forward. But the interesting thing is if you were following this, which I wasn't, I'm sure my group was, because I know there's a bunch in my group that trade Link. What did I do here? I missed it here. Let's extend this out so we can see what we're doing. The break into the bear zone coming down here hit the extension at between 1232 and 1338. So if you actually shorted this market and played it to the downside, that was going to be your first target to buy. So you possibly could be in early if you bought within this zone here with a stop of 3 settles underneath the 141, because then 795 would become a target if we got the 3 settles underneath that level. So if you played this side, you'd be long here and then waiting for, I mean, you could have traded it at the shallow fib right there if you wanted to, but that would be that first spot that you would get in while in the bear zone, because that's the areas that I look for that possible reversal. And so far that held. And then the break of this, if we have that 3 settles above the trend line and solidifying that bull zone, that helps solidify that low, like what you were talking about, in a little different way. But if that happens, then you're looking at 2462 as your upside target at that 200%. So everything's looking good here. I would not enter until the third close tomorrow. If it closes above 1438 tomorrow, then I'd be going long with that upside target. So that's where I'm at on the daily on Link.
Awesome. I like it. Yeah, I've got actually a local target of $22.30 or whatever minimum expected. If wave 3 overextends a bit, we could hit that 24 area as well. So yeah, I was just looking at that.
Cool.
All right. Let me see here. We got super. Let me see here. This is a pretty clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. Okay, guys. This is this nice breakout here. This is great. I mean, guys, man, you could have entered right, in that area right there. That would have been amazing, right? Because you put your stop loss right below that swing low at, you can go and pull this up a bit here. But you can get on that second candle even after the break there. So the third candle, the big candle, there goes. Stop loss are below swing low. And even if your target is just kind of this resistance support area right here, that's already 5.5 R on that. If you look to this previous support area, that gives you 26.2 R. Man, and this is the weekly chart. So that's over like 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 4 weeks. So absolutely incredible potential on that. It was a nice big run. If I'm looking at this right now, you see a 3-day here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, this really looks like one wave up and a second wave pullback, but that would be a really short pullback just below 23.6. Not that it can't happen, but I'm always a bit suspect when that happens. I do like where it pulled back here. So there's a great area of resistance support. Let's pull this left here and see where we're at on that. Yeah, see, really good level of support and resistance over here that we found. So I think generally expected this should hold here. The weekly's reset down and oversold. Let me see what we got here.
What's that price level on that red line?
Which one?
Like the red line, the horizontal one, like 72 or so?
It's right around 70 cents, yeah. Right around that area. I just pulled the quick off there.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so we had
I see it.
That swing low. I mean, we've got higher lows here in price. So kind of leading to lower lows in the oscillator. That big wick down. Well, that big wick down works. It gets a black candle, not the actual low. But generally speaking, we're getting higher highs or higher lows off price, lower lows on the oscillator on RSI. So it works kind of like what we expect with with hidden bullish divergence. So I would probably right now, if it looks like potentially 5 waves up and it gets really weird. So I am just going to stick my head out here enough to say, well, we've got 3 waves down. So we're looking for a breakout here above whatever this is. What is this? 1.4046. Because that would be the second wave or the B wave. Oops. And so if we can get that, that should confirm that we're going to break out higher. And then, just based on the height of the pullback, we have a price action target here of 2.66, $2.66. Definitely nothing to sneeze about, right? From right now, that's about 150% rally, a little bit more than that. But if this looks like a 1-2 here, so that, let's see where that takes us. Yeah, that takes us just shy of that. That takes us around 22.35. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a breakout above 1.4046 to signal that we're definitely heading higher. And then I'd look at initially 2.2358, and then secondary up there around 2.66 is where I would look on that. Do you have super there, man?
Yeah, I got it on the daily.
Okay.
Right now we're sitting in the bear zone at the moment, but getting close to breaking, into the bull zone. Not much on the momentum just yet, but if this ends up breaking into the bull zone, maybe we start to get a breakout. If we do get into the bull zone, it'll be an automatic buy because the 38.2% levels at 93 cents. And we've already had 3 settles above it consecutively. So if this does click bull, then it'll be a buy. And then same kind of thing, looking at the trend line break, puts us a little bit above the 200%. But if you do end up buying here, the first level to take profit would be between 142 and 150. And most likely you're probably going to be looking at, wrong one, right there. So toward the upper of the range, so $1.47 is the area I would look at in that range. So that would be a buy, and that would be the sell, and then shallow fib buys if it corrects back. But ultimately, I think the minimum that it would go if we broke into the bull zone would be up there just under $2 at $1.95. If it breaks, because right now we're in the bear zone. So to me, it's just a hold and wait until I get that signal.
Okay. All right. I can deal with that. It's pretty close. The two, what'd you say, almost $2?
Yeah. On the upside target.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that gets us, pretty good up there. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see here. I've got what is this here?
What else you got?
Pull it up here. AKT USDT. Let's see here. Locally, well, I don't know. Can we get? It's possible we've got. I mean, it looks like we've got a 1 up here as a leading diagonal, so it could be a 1 with an A and a B, and then a C here as a flat. It could also be ABC as a 1 and 2 here. So I'm going to do this. We're going to assume, let's see, 1, 2. No, I don't like that as a 1, 2. That goes above that 168. So I'm going to assume I would look about $14.80 as the next target off that. Okay, I'm going to do this. Let's do $10.41 initial target. That's based on the height of the correction there. And then if it continues through that, we'd look up there around $14.80. Just some quick kind of price action targets there. going on it. Let me see here. Yeah, we might not break out first, so we might just kind of get toward the toward the R1 pivot a little bit up there and then pull back. And if we did, it would probably be right here around $5. Yeah. I think we may just kind of get up here. If we don't break out initially, we might end up seeing it pulling back down around $5 and then heading up. And again, we'll look initially at $10.41 and then $14.80. What you got on there, man? Anything, or do I need to go on?
Yeah, you can throw it on there. I got a daily. We went into the bear zone back here, and then worked our way up. Kind of a mess in here, but because it didn't break the bull zone until just a little bit ago. But then again, this doesn't make sense here on where to start my fib on this rally right here. I mean, it's working. If you bought, I mean, you did dip down to the 61.8% level, but still well into the bull zone. So if you do end up, if you are long here, the next target for me is at 739 on the upside. But you're going to be long, basically where we're at right now. So if you did get in when it said, you'd be right at break even at the moment with the upside possibility there. But I'm not a big fan on this setup, but
yeah, it's ugly price action.
Yeah, I wouldn't be confident in it, put it that way. Just by the way it's working out here, but that's where I'm at on that. I would probably, for my trading aspect, I wouldn't be very comfortable with it. I would probably bypass this one and not even be in it.
But yeah, so guys, pay attention to what we're saying here. A lot of times you guys are getting on here and you want to trade a specific something for whatever reason. Don't. Look for the low-hanging fruit, guys. Look for the easy trades. Stop forcing yourself to do all the other nonsense, because that other nonsense is really going to waste your time. It's going to increase the odds that you're going to be wrong. It's just not worth it, okay? So, again, I think Fibbo would agree with me here and say that, when you're looking at the charts, if you want to trade something, you look at it, the chart just looks, especially locally, or just kind of like crap like that. Trade something else. Look for something else. There's a lot easier stuff to trade. And then you can kind of, come back to it. Maybe if it breaks out or pulls back, it gives you a little bit better price action to work with than what it is there. Okay.
Yeah. And one thing I would have to do on this is, I don't have time to do it at the moment, but since this failed right here and it showed some momentum for the bulls on this right here, I'd have to go back to see if the zones need to be readjusted to where this would have been the break into the bull zone, and you would have been in the bull zone the entire time here, like this. But then you would have to wait for 3 settles. You would have had it, but you still would have ended up buying way up here off this candle. So that's the kind of price action I'm kind of talking about that I don't like. But I'd have to go back and see if this could be adjusted to where it would still be a best fit. So that's kind of the maintenance that I do on the bull and bear zones is if it doesn't look right and the price action is a little off, you want to see if this is something that's changing within the psychology of this specific asset. Because when I go back into history, if I actually move that, does it mess everything else up and it's not a best fit anymore? So if it does, then I'll change it and then we'll go from there. Otherwise, it stays where it's at and you just have ugly price action. So that it's a little bit of an experience on doing the due diligence of should I get in this or not, And when the price action is a little off and weird like that, there's so many other things I'd rather trade. And I would just kind of bypass this and move on to something else. So yes, I do agree. I do agree.
All right. Great. Well, I'm going to pull up Doge here. Somebody's asking about that. I've been showing you guys Doge for a while now. Nothing's changed. You can see that we had almost 630 days of accumulation here. We had our jump across the creek finally. We had back up the edge of the creek, which is a double pull here. Same as kind of what we had on Bitcoin, though didn't take 7 months sideways with it. But, you know, we had the pullback here. And then we got the impulsive breakout, large candle spread, large spike of volume, kind of moved through there into the pivot, pull back, rally up to the pivot now. So we're looking for a breakout above the pivot here. Generally speaking, I've got this minimum expected wave circle 3 target based off the idea we've got a 1 and a 2 here. And that gives us 3 up there, still at around 35.5 cents. That also, you'll notice here on this daily, kind of pulls us. Well, let me reset this here for a minute. I don't know why it's got that daily spinning all the way across. And then we'll take a look at Ball after this, guys. Ball Corp. I think Frank had that request. Why is that going all the way over? Well, I don't know why that's going all the way over there. But anyway, you know, we're about halfway through the month. This is a nice start to the rally here. Nice pullback. That pullback's probably a wave 2 locally. Yeah, I hit the 61.8 retracement. So, I mean, locally here, I would be looking for probably, as long as that pullback holds as support here, I'd be looking for 5 waves up at least at 27.75 cents. So 0.2775. That would be my initial target off that. But again, still working up minimally at 35.5 there. And things will probably continue higher up there. Again, this is a long-term accumulation phase here, guys. So you should expect a lot of movement up, you know, after that. We can also notice, again, I keep mentioning this, the pullback here and the accumulation happening right at this previous range right here. Absolutely fantastic area. I mean, just perfect the way we want to see it. But yeah, so looking at that, honestly, I think we'll get a new all-time high, guys. I really do. I don't have a lot of belief that we won't. So, you know, you can kind of keep that in your mind. That'll take us out over $1, right? Potentially. We got up what, about 73 cents or so, almost 74 cents. So I don't think $1 is too hard to imagine. But locally here, that's where I would be looking on that. And I guess I don't want to rush you, Fibbo. If you don't have it, I'll just jump on Ball here. If you don't have it yet.
No, I got Doge on the daily. Not, okay. I mean, not a lot going on because mine's showing bear zone with a low momentum at the moment. So we're kind of in this area of consolidation. The bull zone worked well. Got into the bull zone, actually hit the target at the 141% level here. So it worked its way up and did not have 3 settles above it to where the 200% would have came into play. So when this came back down, it went into the bear zone here. So the first level, if you wanted to get back in, would be at the 0.13716. But given that it had 3 settles underneath, I think it did. Yeah, it did. So for me, in my system, I would actually wait for a much lower target down here at the 100% on the initial there, or a new bull zone, which we'll, most likely get to because we're right in this consolidation. And given that we're in this area right in here, and you look back at these previous highs back in here, this whole level in here should hold. But for me, I'm a hold and wait until I see a bull zone on this. And then I would buy it. And then if that's the case, if we get into a bull zone, your next minimum target is going to be kind of matches up with this 0.284 right here on this old 200%, right here at this new 200%. So that would be the level that minimum level would be as that first spot to go to, and then buy on a dip, and then much further after that. So I am in agreement. once this clicks back into the bull zone for me, I could totally see another nice run to the upside based on what you were showing on some of the longer term look.
Yeah. I like it. I like looking left. I like where you pointed out there. We're at the left there. Matter of fact, it looks like you probably even pull on the recent swing high up there around 23 cents. Looks like you can pull a diagonal down across the up there, just right there at the top, right there around. Nope, other side.
No, it's just
you're getting a lot. Yeah, right there. Yeah, it looks like there may be an. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yep,
I like that.
Yep.
And so if we can get an impulsive breakout above that, guys, that means large candle spread, large spike of volume, closing above it. I think it's going to add even more confidence to the idea that the bottom is probably in on that.
Yep. And then it's not my system, but, a break of this trend line, if it happens earlier than what my bull zone would show, if it started to break out here, you're already matching up at the top of that extension at 23.49.
Nice.
Just off that break right there. If you want to do a trend line break trade, that makes sense too. If the volume makes sense and all that jazz when it happens.
Look at this, guys. I'm giving you lots of different ways to look at this. Lots of targets. You want to play it. Okay, yeah. So let me jump on ball here.
They're all getting billed for $200 an hour. They just don't know that.
That's right. 200. Maybe it should be more than that. What are you talking about? This is gold. So we got Ball Corp here. And then I want to jump onto XRD USDT, guys. And we'll try to get this done. We've only got a few more here, trying to get through as many as possible. Hope you guys are enjoying this. This is my chart I had from last year. I had a wave 3 and then a wave 5 here. We actually hit that target, but I think we've actually got a bit of an overextension of wave 3. So I had this as 1, 2 here. I think we're probably 1, 2, larger 1, 2 here, and then a bit of an overextension on the wave 3. So we got a 1, we got a 2, we got a 3, we got 4. Guess I get that moved. We got 5, and then as you can see, that takes us just a bit above, not quite to the 200%, but above the 1.618 we'd normally look for. Short pullback on a potential 4 there. Very short pullback. And then this is the weekly. By the way, looking at the weekly here real quick, guys. Sideways between the R1 and the pivot. Pull back to the pivot. Support. Nice move. Up through the R1. Pull back. Right here. So it was rejected. Pulled back. Little base here. Rallies up. Hits that base. Shoots up higher. I like that. Without pulling back here. So I'm looking at this now. I'm thinking we're probably, let me kind of zoom in a bit here. What's the daily like? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably a wave 3 here. Big spike of volume, large candle spread. That's your jump across the creek on this local range right here. Back up the edge of the creek at the daily pivot. So I would be looking minimally up here at around 73.65 or so. Again, the idea we've got maybe let me see here, 1, 2. Okay, maybe it's 1, 2, 3, and then a flat here is a 4. And then this looks like this may be a 1, 2. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leading diagonal. So we'll probably pull back a little bit here. Based on the height of this pullback, this wave 4 here, again, we're looking around 73.68. We'll probably pull back, though, a little bit more here. Wave 5 right into this demand here at about $69.38. Minimum, wave 2 pullback on that, 50%. If we can get a rally off there, they actually give us a target up here around $76 right there. So I think we've still got a bit higher to go on that. Now, if we do break down below the swing low here, well, then that changes things and we'd have to come back and look at it. But as long as we kind of get that pullback, like I said, maybe the 50%, it puts us right here at the low volume node, which is where we should look to get it. And then it's all high volume node after that. So this could, again, looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, and then ABC, ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like a flat. If it is, it shouldn't break down any lower unless this is the end of 5 here. So again, looking for a breakout above this swing high here at $70.97 should indicate that this pullback's complete. And, again, just based off wave 4 here, we got a wave 5 target at 73.65, but based off this being a 1 with the 2 pulling back 50% there, that should give us 5 waves up to $76.07 or so. Hopefully that helps you. You got something on there?
I don't have that one. I
Okay.
never had an analysis on that one.
Not a problem. Let me see here. Well, I guess we'll just. I'm pretty sure I don't have XRD, so I'm going to go ahead and start this one right up.
Oh, that was the other one, XRD.
Let me make sure I got that right. Yes, Yerrick was asking for it. XRD, USDT, it's Radix. It says macro view. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
That's the weekly here. Let's see here. XRD, USDT. Oh, that's one ugly wick down there. Ow. Did you buy right here after this or up here and then it got the big pullback on it? I do not like chart at the moment here. I mean, that just looks like 3 waves up. Let me put my other chart over here. See something better. Is there maybe there's a better maybe there's a better chart out here than KuCoin?
I was looking at Bitfinex.
You're looking at what?
Bitfinex.
Oh, I thought you said BitConnect. I was like, wait, what?
Woo! The BitConnect guy.
Bitfinex? You've got it on yours? I don't have it on TradingView here.
Maybe I got the wrong symbol. Is it X?
XRD?
Oh, mine's on USD, not USDT.
Ah, okay. Okay.
That's the difference.
My
bad. Gate.io has
still here. Do what?
Gate.io.
You got Gate.io's got a better one there. Hey, Mighty Michael, good to see you. I hope the name was Michael. That just kind of popped off it real quick. I'm just trying to find a good chart here to look at. Okay. All right, this is better.
A little bit.
So looking at Gate.io. Yeah, this looks like a flat. Okay, so I've got this on the 3-day here, but this looks like a 1 and a 2. Let's do this. And then this looks like ABC down. Actually, it'd be A, B, C. So a flat here. And then ABC. Yeah, it looks like A down here, B up here. And then, ABC 1, 2, ABC 3, 4, ABC 5 is the ending diagonal. So then we got a nice rally up off that. Let me see here. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this looks so much better. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it looks like. And then maybe ABC, ABC. Looks like a WXY on the pullback. That's probably going to be closer to 78.6, 70.5. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Right there at the 70.5, just about. That's the institutional pullback level. I like that. Let's see here. And so X, Y. All right. All right, so now what do we need? We need a breakout above this wave X here, which just so happens to be the daily pivot area. It's just a little bit above that. 06049. So if we can get a breakout above that, that should indicate, that's going to add confidence to this count, indicate that we should be heading up now. And so that breakout will give us 5 waves up at around 39 cents off this swing low. So as far as macro goes, that would be as far as I'd be willing to look at the moment here. Let me see. I mean, it's possible. Wave 3 here. It's about 69.92. But I'd wait to make sure we can get the 5 waves up here to toward 39 cents at least. And then from there, we figure it out. But that's a good little rally there off 4.5 cents. If we can get that. But again, we want to get that breakout above, you know, basically 6 cents here, 6.5 cents. Or almost 6.5 cents there. About 6 cents. Geez, oh whiz. Want to get that breakout above that to really start looking higher there. Yeah. If we were to break down below the swing low here, obviously that disqualify, invalidate. If we're to continue down here, instead of breaking higher, if we're to continue down below this swing low, the 78.6 is right there at the daily S1 pivot. I would look for that. And at that case, your wave 3 would just kind of be a little bit lower. So I'll give you a what if scenario here. It'd be right there around 22.75. So 0.2275. So it's just a bit lower. If we can break out above this local swing high, though, I think we'll pull up above wave X. And then we can head up to that target up here. But if we do pull back first, it just means wave 2 is still in progress. The 78.6 is confluent with the S1 pivot. So we'd look for that. And then we'd still have to wait for the breakout above, you know, that 6 cent area. But that would give us a slightly lower target on wave 3 at 22.75 and wave 5 slightly lower at 35.47 there. So hopefully that helps you out there. Did you happen to have something, man?
I got a little bit something. I was kind of working on it as you were talking, because I haven't done it before. But yeah, trying to find the right zones. But the way it's kind of looking at the moment is this is the bear zone. I don't have it all colored in, but the bear zone started right around in here. Was already 3 settles under this. So the movement to the 100% is where the buy should be while you're down here getting in the oversold conditions, and have not had 3 consecutive settles underneath to stop you. So I guess if you were playing this, and that would be your long position at 0.4394, 3 settles underneath that would be a stop. And then the extensions on that brings this large wick to the bottom of the fib extension way down lower. So if this ends up if you're long here and it breaks, then you're going to wait for a much lower target. Or if you go long here and the way things are kind of working out, it's still a little bit bearish. So I'd be a little concerned. But if this does hold, then you would be long early while in the bear zone. If it goes into the bull zone, you would add and press your position and go from there. But that's all I got so far because I didn't have much time to tailor the zones exactly. But you're definitely in the bear zone with key support being tested at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I need to break out higher to kind of get in that. So
yep.
It does break down lower. We got lower targets. I'm with you there on that, man. Got to be a little patient.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, listen. We're already over here a few minutes, but I'm gonna pop on Sol here real quick, and then we're gonna have to get out of here. Okay. So this is my big Sol chart. Again, I want to remind you because it was such an awesome call here and publicly on a big YouTube channel. And I got so much hate for it. Right around $9, said it was time to buy. And we've updated this as we've continued to go. Everybody freaked out on the pullback here. All we did was hit the weekly demand structure EQ. Rally, bounce, rally. Broke out through the descending resistance. Breaking out through that daily pivot. I've got a local target of 301. But again, the weekly R5 pivot, I've continued to say, because of the, we pulled back here and then we routed so aggressively through the R2, pulled back to the previous resistance as support here. And notice that's all the way over here, guys. Look left. Look at that. And so weekly is reset, cross bullishly, should be breaking out of oversold soon. We've got more or less some hidden bullish divergence here, lower lows on the oscillator, higher lows on price. There's little reason to believe we won't at least push through the R5 pivot up there, as I've been talking about for quite a while now at 410. So if you got in at $9, $10, if you saw me back then and you are still holding today, please let me know. I love that. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that'd be
because it was such a great trade. That, like I said in the link, but that one's really paid off so far. Not that Link hasn't. Link's obviously up, it's been up 4 times so far, but man, oh man, $9 to 200 and change. 20x kind of trade there. Absolutely fantastic. Mighty says, really bullish on Sol. I love it. But anyway, guys, I wish I could have had more time here. But, again, we get as many as we can in here. And so I appreciate you guys showing up. Always, again, follow me because we do these every so often. Follow me, especially on Twitter, guys. If you've got Twitter or X, follow me on there, TX West Capital. Follow Fiboswani as he's got there, at Fiboswani there on X. And, we're posting charts there and information throughout the day, throughout the month. Man, one more time, guys, do me a favor, like, retweet, subscribe, follow, leave a comment.
Smash it.
That's right. That's right. We appreciate you guys. Any thoughts on where crypto miners are headed before you go? Generally speaking, Bitcoin's going up. Crypto miners should go up. Generally speaking. Yeah. They're not going to follow exactly because it's a stock, right? It's not Bitcoin. They mine Bitcoin, but they have all their other stuff that's incorporated in it, right? And so
they have a business that they have to run.
kind of like the gold. What do you call them? The gold miners, guys. Okay, they don't follow up exactly with gold, right? But generally speaking, if Bitcoin's heading higher, they should continue higher. I see no reason. I got to think here. I think in all the charts that I've been looking at, I think if I look at, I don't even know how many of them, 6 to 10 of them. I don't remember how many it is, but they all look like it's just a pullback right now and should be heading higher. So there you go. As always, remember, the only thing you control is how much you lose, guys, okay? So keep working on that risk management. Absolutely most important thing you're going to do day in and day out as a trader. I can't say that enough, okay? Don't YOLO into trades acting stupid. You want to be in this thing. You want to be in it. Don't lose your money, okay? Other than that, join us. The group coaching links are below. Like I said, the technique the strategy I was talking about at the beginning there, where I was showing you all those great profits, you'll get it as part of the group coaching program, but only probably for the next week or so. And after that, I think I'm going to put it back in the vault, and only those who are in now or who joined before then will actually get access to it. Not sure what I'm going to do. I might release it at some later date down the road, another year or something. But I think right now, if you need reason to join us, I think that in itself does it. It's perfect day trading. And then, hey, while you're there, you're going to learn proper risk management. You're going to learn how to forecast price action. You're going to learn how to know, like when I talked about Bitcoin being down at, the bottom down there at just below 16,000, it wasn't going any lower. How I did that, how I figured out where Sol was, how I figured out where Link was and what was going on. So just so much, whether you're a swing trader, an investor, a day trader, whatever you are, we got you covered. All right. And of course, you can join Fibo as well. The link for him, you can join him at members.texaswestcapital.com, part of the TWC Trading Academy over there, guys. Okay. Oh man, really love you guys being here. Really appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And Fibbo, thank you so much for taking a moment to join us on Surprise here.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me join on late notice.
Yeah. Loved it, man. Loved it. All right, guys. Y'all take care, and we'll see you later. Bye, everybody.